I've been trading for years and made over 6 figures in the markets, but let me tell you, I made every mistake in the book. Last year alone, retail traders lost billions to the markets, yet some traders like me are able to create a consistent, reliable income through trading. And I get it. The trading world can be overwhelming with everyone shouting about strategies, tools, and their new must-have thing. It's hard to know what actually works. So today, I will share a step-by-step plan to help you avoid the same pitfalls and start trading like a professional. So grab a pen, grab a paper, and let's head over to the whiteboard. So guys, the first thing you need to understand is you need to pick your tools, all right? You need to pick your tools. So number one, your tools. Simply, you need a trading platform. Now, in this case, I'm going to be using smart charts as that is my preferred trading platform. You can use whatever you want. If you're choosing platforms, make sure you pick what's right for you. There are a lot of platforms out there, and some of them might be too advanced for you. Some of them might be too beginner for you. Let me be clear. What you need from any trading platform is a chart that's easy to navigate around, has your instruments, your time frames, and it's very easy to place a trade. Let me show you. So, as you can see here, I can move around my chart. I have a feature to just grab around if I need to check anything. As technical analysts use past data to speculate forward. From here, I can see my multiple time frames. And just below here, I can see my assets all nicely put into a category. And the best thing I like about it is how easy it is to place a trade. Red, I want to sell. Green, I want to buy. So let's say I want to sell. The key reason why I like smart charts so much, and people always say to me, oh, is that all it is? Let me explain to you. Look, if I want to take profit here and I want to put a stop loss here, smart charts automatically calculates and visually represents to me, or visually presents to me, that how much I'm going to lose, right, in monetary value, or how much I'm going to win if it wins. And with the risk parameters that I put in, it automatically does the trade size. Now, if you've ever gone on any other trading platforms, let's say MetaTrader, you have things called lot sizes, which you have to manually calculate yourself. So this is something I look for because when you're making a decision, you don't want to lose that time, especially in day trading, in trying to work out the right trade size and your risk factor. So when it comes to choosing your platform, pick what's best for you. In this case, I'm using smart charts. Number two, now that you've got your platform, or whatever trading tool you choose to use, you need to understand what is being presented to you when you are looking at the charts. Let me explain. So the first thing we're going to do right now is understand what the charts are presenting to us. So when you open up a chart, you should see red or green bars. They are customizable, but you're going to see as a standard red and green bars. Now in this case, many people are like, well, what is it presenting to me? They are presenting to you the past data of buyers and sellers. That's it. It's past data of buyers and sellers. But here's the key thing. It's past data of buyers and sellers in a specific timely interval. So when I go to my time frame, and let's say I go to the monthly, each bar represents 1 month. And as we look at this chart right now, it's showing us buyers and sellers, what's happened all the way from 2019 in a monthly timely interval. That's it. It's just presenting past data. Think of it like a spreadsheet. When you got all this data and you want to turn it into a pie chart or a bar chart, you need data to visually make that chart. This is data of buyers and sellers presented to you in monthly intervals. And as I go down the time frame, you can see now each bar represents 1 week. So this bar opened on Monday, it will close on Friday, and the following week a new bar will open and then close. And week by week it's just visually going to present to us what has happened within that week. If it closes lower than when it opens, it's red. If it closes higher from when it opens, it goes green. So if I go to a daily time frame, each bar represents a day. Now, if I'm looking to analyze for the week, here's a little question for you. How many daily bars will I get in 1 week? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 5 trading bars in 1 weekly bar. So 1 bar a day. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this is I'm a big believer of traders or beginners, or even if you're a day trader, medium trader, or a long-term trader, you should always be able to ask what's worth trading this week and why. And the best way to be able to do that as a technical analyst is to start with the daily time frame. Now that you understand a chart is just presenting you past data, just to let you know, technical analyst is probably the the easiest way to get into trading. It's a visual way to look at the charts to speculate what's happening forward, and technical analysts use past data to speculate forward. So essentially, now that you've accepted for what the chart is presenting to you, there are various methods to interpret that data, but we'll get to that shortly. So once you understand what the chart is, let's go to number 3. Number 3 is, why are you doing this? What's the goal? Okay, let's break it down. Majority of the time, it's financial freedom. Fine, not a problem. Okay, what does this look like to you? Now, the reason why I'm saying this, you need to know why you're doing this in a clear, structured manner. What's the end goal here? And then we can create micro steps, micro goals, routines and habits to get there. It's all good having the big goal, financially free, with a helicopter on the top of your yacht and a yacht traveling through the Mediterranean Sea and your sun chasing. I mean, sounds amazing. But I mean, think about it. If you've only got £100 in your account and you're trying to make $1 million in 6 months, there's something we need to talk about here. So it's always good to remember why you're doing this, but then we need to set those micro goals. Now, what those micro goals might look like is, well, okay, if I want to get to here, step 4 is a bit of a life audit. Now, the reason why I say you need to have a life audit is because let's take one day, right? Monday. What's your typical Monday like? What's your Tuesday like? What's your Wednesday like? You might have activities, hobbies, kids. You do the cooking, you do the food shopping on this day. We need to know, or you need to know, how much time you have available, right? Because if you're going to start this as a day trader, yes, I want to get up and I want to trade at 6 in the morning and be out by 8 a.m. If that is your desired goal, write that down and get clear on it, okay? The reason why I'm telling you that, there are thousands of ways to trade. And I'm sure you realize that as you've scrolled through YouTube or social media, on Amazon to look for books. There are many ways to trade. And you probably think right now, somebody must have figured it out right. People have figured it out. It's once they understand who they are and what they want, and they keep probing on that, because that's where you find the answer to what you really want. So once you know what your desired, week is like, and how much time you want to have. And that could look like this. You might have 2 hours a day, times that by 5, gives you 10 hours a week to trade. And that might be from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. You might be someone who can trade from 2 to 4. You might be from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Because if you're going to start this, the reason why most people fail is they try to change their whole identity instantly to fit into trading. You tell me right now, is this going to be a lifelong skill that you want to take for the rest of your life so you can compound your wealth and keep compounding your wealth and keep enjoying things like buying things or going on holiday or looking after your family, whatever your goal is? Yes, I'm sure. So it's not something you're going to say, okay, I'm going to do this for 3 months, make my money and never go back to it. This is going to be a new lifestyle for you. So the more clearer you are on this part, the easier it gets to finalize the next part, which is number 5. The methodologies, right? The framework or the methodology that you're choosing to follow to be able to make money from the Forex or the commodities or the stock indices market. Okay? Now, there are many methodologies. So I just want to dive into something over the years. That's something that has really started to pop up in my brain, and I'm starting to tell a lot of my students. And it's something that I wish someone told me in the beginning. And it goes something like this, right? Losses are part of the game. What I mean by that, okay? Think of it like a boxing fight. I'm sure many of you watched a boxing fight or understand boxing. Everyone can throw a punch, but you got to learn to take a punch. You're going to go in the ring. You're going to go for rounds. Are you going to be the only boxer that lands the punches? No, you're going to get punches thrown back at you. You need to learn to not get hit so you can hit. But you are going to get a punch maybe on your glove or on your head. It's okay. It's part of the game, isn't it? If you're playing football, the other team might take the football. Doesn't mean you've lost. You can still win the game, even though they may have scored a goal, right? Same thing with tennis or anything that involves competition or there is an opponent that you could possibly lose. And that's the same thing with trading. The market's going to do whatever it's going to do. Once you accept that and losses are part of the game, your main objective is what is the easiest way for me to commit to the markets and what is the best framework that I can follow that fits my lifestyle so I can piggy bank on the move and potentially make winning trades. Another part I'm a big believer in, even though losses are part of the game, is you don't need to complex it. Sounds easy me saying that. What I mean by this, there are thousands of ways to trade. There are many, many indicators. And remember, these are like tools. Think of yourself like you're in a car garage. You've got all these tools, or you're a builder. You've got all these tools in your van. You don't use all the tools at the same time. And some of these tools work effectively in a good sequence. Some of them together just don't make sense. Okay? So remember, you don't need to make it complex. You need to make it simple. What I mean by simple is, at the end of the day, it is very as simple as this. Buy low, sell high. What that basically means is, do you think the price where it is now is going to go to a higher price, or do you think the price where it is now is going to go to a lower price? That comes from analyzing, okay? That comes from analyzing, researching. What is the best pair to trade and why? So the methodology is where you're going to spend a lot of time, and it might be a bit uncomfortable, but you got to pick one that's easy for you to understand. So here's a little bonus thing I want to talk about. Which strategy do I think will be beneficial for you right now as a beginner to be a day trader? The best strategy, I think, is to trade the stock indices, and you're going to trade the breakout. And this strategy is known as the Breakfast Breakout. Now, the reason why I like the Breakfast Breakout, because it answers the 3 most asked questions. What to trade, when to trade, and how to trade. So it goes like this. What to trade? All right, because everyone's like, oh, what's the best thing to trade? Well, stock indices. What are they? You got your Euro markets. That looks like the German 40, Franc 40, etc. Or you got your UK markets. You got the UK 100, also known as the FTSE. The US markets, S&P 500, US 100, also known as the NASDAQ, and the US 30. And then you have the Asian and Aussie markets. So you don't need to trade all of them. Let's just pick one. So let's say we're going to focus on the German 40, if you're in the UK. So what to trade is going to be the German 40. And what happens is the market opens at 7 a.m. and you're going to wait 60 minutes till 8 a.m. And whatever happens in those 60 minutes, the market's going to go up, down, or whatever, right? After 60 minutes, you're going to make a decision either to be a seller or to be a buyer. Now, the way you're going to make a decision is based on what's happened in those first 60 minutes. So going to the questions and you say what to trade, German 40, when to trade, 8 a.m., how to trade, breakout. So in that 1 hour, market can go up, down, up, down, up, down. Then you take the high of that 1 hour, you take the low. If market is near the high, we're going to be a buyer. If market is near the low, we're going to be a seller. So this is known as the breakfast breakout because it takes the first 60 minutes of the trading session. So what that looks like then is Monday to Friday, okay, you're going to get 5 day trading ideas at a fixed time at 8 a.m. So that is 5 a week, 5 times 4, that's 20 fixed trading ideas a month. Now, going back to your level of what you're trying to make, if your job is only to make 3 to 4% per month, okay, and you're risking 1%, then you need to get 3 winning or 4 winning trades. Factoring losses, you might go for 5. Now, just let that sink in. You don't need to trade 20 trades a month. You need to get better at picking the best trade. And that's where you need to think about your routine and your habits. Now, to increase the probability, you will start getting better at analyzing. And you will learn new methods. But the key thing I want you to remember is direction is king. Because once you have a direction, entering and exiting is the easiest thing you can do. So if you want to know more about this trading strategy, then click the link below, and I made a mini series that will allow you to learn a little bit more about this Breakfast Breakouts trading strategy. And let me show you one thing as well. If you do come with Smart Charts automatically has the strategy built in. And as you can see here right now, it's highlighted the first hour and it's giving me a signal to buy. I buy like that. If I'm happy with it, place the trade, and now I'll wait for the market to go in my direction. I'll see you in the next video.